Inequalities with variables on both sides. Let's just review what an inequality is. You can have less than, and you can have greater than. These are both inequalities. When you graph them on a number line, they are open circles. Also, there is less than or equal. And there is greater than or equal to. Okay, these are graphed with closed circles. Alright, so let's take a look at a real-life example number 1. Okay, on example 1, it says a yellow hot air balloon is 100 feet off the ground and rising at a rate of 8 feet per second. Our constant rate of change is the 8 feet per second. So we have a yellow hot air balloon at 8 feet per second. That's the constant rate of change. The initial is 100. Then it says an orange hot air balloon is 160 feet off the ground and rising at a rate of 5 feet per second. So we have an orange hot air balloon at a constant rate of change of 5 feet per second and an initial of 160. It says, after how long will the yellow balloon be higher than the orange? So we want the yellow to be greater than the orange. So this is the inequality that we're looking at. Now what we want to do is we want to isolate the variable. So we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. We're going to get 3x. Then we want to isolate the constants. So we're going to subtract 100 from both sides. Then we're going to divide both sides by 3. And we're going to get x is greater than 20. So what this means is that the yellow balloon will be higher than the orange balloon after 20 seconds. Alright, let's look at example 2. On example 2, it says the temperature in Amarillo is 74 degrees Fahrenheit and is increasing at a rate of 2 degrees Fahrenheit per hour. So the left side of the equation can be Amarillo. The constant rate of change is 2 degrees Fahrenheit per hour. The initial is 74. And Houston is 60 degrees Fahrenheit and increasing at 4 degrees Fahrenheit per hour. So the right side of the inequality can be Houston. The constant rate of change is 4 degrees Fahrenheit per hour, and the initial is 68. We're going to write and solve an equality to find how long it will take for the temperature in Houston to exceed the temperature of Amarillo. So Houston and the word exceed. We want Houston to be greater than Amarillo. Okay, so first we are going to isolate the variable. So we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. We get 2x plus 68 is greater than 74. Then we're going to isolate the constants. So we're going to borrow. And then we're going to divide both sides by 2. Okay, so what we're looking at here is Houston will exceed Amarillo after 3 hours. So we're looking at 3 hours. All right, let's take a look at the next example. So we're going to write a real-world situation that can be modeled by the equality 50 minus 3d is less than 30 minus 2d. If we look at the left side, the lunch can represent a lunch account that begins at $50. The $50 is the initial. And then taken out, $3 taken out each day. The taken out is a negative or a minus. Then we have this side can represent a lunch account with $30 that begins with $30 and $2 taken out each day. Once again, the negative. The inequality symbol less than, so we find the balance in the first count is less than the balance in the second account. So if we read this, Joe has $50 in his account and spends $3 each day. This side can represent the situation for Joe. Renee has $30 in her account and spends $2 each day. This can represent Renee. After how many days will the balance in Joe's account be less than the balance in Renee's account? So Joe has to be less than Renee. Now let's look at the inequality 46h greater than 84 plus 25h. So let's come up with a scenario. We can do something with house repairs. So let's say that Sam charges $46 an hour to do house repairs. Okay, so that would represent the left side of the inequality. Then let's do the right side of the inequality. Tom charges $25 an hour. $25 an hour. And a travel fee of $84. Okay, so the right side would represent Tom. So we need to know after how many hours does it cost more to hire Sam than Tom. So after how many hours does it cost more to hire Sam than Tom? Okay, so I want to know when would Sam be greater than Tom? Okay.